could be this young. This chaos tastes a little different. I gave up on the time like it's always been a choice. And I don't speak the language of this music, but I'm waiting on my foreign voice. We're dressed in smoke now. This night is not my own. Can't put this flame out while it's building a home. The only responsibility. This chaos tastes a little different. I give up on the time like it's always been a choice. And I don't speak the language of this music. I'm waiting on my foreign voice. I already know this is a story that won't be told. Beneath the weight of everything I don't have to hold. We're not keeping track and there's nothing overhead. Without speaking up, are we ever making sense? This chaos tastes a little different. I give up on the time like it's always been a choice. And I don't speak the language of this music, but I'm working on my foreign voice. By the dark of a red light, by the grace of a frozen moon, there's a fire outside, and they just came up from the roof, and I never knew I could be this young. This chaos tastes a little different. I give up on the time like it's always been a choice. And I don't speak the language of this music, but I'm waiting on my foreign voice. We're dressed in smoke now. This night is not my own. Can't put this flame out while it's building a home. The only responsibility. This chaos tastes a little different. I give up on the time like it's always been a choice. And I don't speak the language of this music. I'm waiting on my foreign voice. I
Hey guys! Hi! Oh my god, I'm not sure. This is the first time ever, so I'm not sure if you're seeing me well. How's the volume and all that stuff? Can you comment if you can hear me well? Let me know, guys, in the comment section. I can see it. So, yeah, just any confirmation in the comment section that you can see me will be really, really great. All right, anyway, I'm just gonna I think it's going. So, yeah. I can see. Hi there, Riza. All right. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. This Sunday, lovely afternoon here in Ireland. Actually, it's very, very sunny. So, yeah, I need to go out there after this stream. But hopefully, guys, you can stay with me until the end of this stream because I have a surprise for you. Probably you've seen it on my promotions in Instagram or here in YouTube even. So, yeah. Hopefully, you can stay with me and my special guest until the end of this stream. All right, guys. So, yeah, first of all, the reason for this stream. Yes. So, just recently, I got a very, okay, it's a little milestone in YouTube. I reached a goal of having 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, like, some people might say that it's not a lot. Well, yeah, probably 1,000 is not a big number comparing to like a million subscribers or 500,000, tens of thousands out there. But this is all how everyone started. So it's good. And I'm just so glad, guys, that our community is growing and that there are people who love the content that I am making. And I still really, really hope that they are very, very informative and that you get some lesson from them. All right. Actually, since we are celebrating, I actually got a little party hat here. There you go. It's very small. You know what? I'm not sure. Like, are there like hats for like adult like me? Because I think it's very small. Is it only now for kids? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, because we're celebrating, I have this. Woohoo! Oh, well, I have a cheer here. Why not we use it? All right. Okay, so I think I look silly. So I'm just gonna take that out. All right. So yeah, again, guys, I just want to let you know that this is my first ever stream. So there might be a lot of dead air and probably some technical issues along the way. But anyways, the show must go on, right? If you're also following me on Instagram and if you've seen my post here in YouTube, you probably know that this should have been last week, Sunday, but I have this technical issue. And I just thought I'm gonna mention it here because if someone is watching who is also a content creator like me and who wants to go on live, then this is very important. So you can only go live using your phone, right? Once you hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. Now, I thought at first that it's all automatic. Once you click that go live button, it's gonna be there. But apparently, you need to tell YouTube first that you plan to go live or you mean to go live. So you need to click that go live button and then wait for another 24 hours before you can actually go live. So yeah, it's such a newbie mistake, right? But look, I think there's a silver lining about that because aside from learning a new skill, which is actually right now I'm not using my phone, I'm using OBS. And the reason for that is, oh, I have another week, right? So I know I have another week. So why not make it or bring it up a little bit higher, a notch higher, I mean. So yeah, we're using OBS at the moment. And then, like I said, I have a very, very special guest for you. So that is the other thing, right? So I was able to learn a new skill and then I was also able to meet a new friend. Yes, who's also here in Ireland. So yeah, she's actually a musician, and she's originally from the concrete jungle of New York, right? So I'm very, very excited. And then I have been following her videos in YouTube, and from the start, I already know that we're gonna get along really, really well because, yes, I mentioned it, she is a musician. And if you don't know yet, Filipinos love to sing. Yeah, I've been trying this cheer thing, the sound effects in the background. Hopefully, you can hear it. Not only myself, but anyway, yeah, we love to sing. Like, you give any Filipino a microphone, and then we're gonna sing whatever it is. So yeah, I know I have a lot of friends as well who are singers. So hopefully you guys are there watching because I'm thinking of you all the time, and I've been telling my new friend here that I have a lot of musician friends. So yeah, by the way, also the vid or the music, the song that you were hearing, if you were here from the start, is her song. So it's very, very lively. I really, really love it. It's actually, I'm playing it on repeat. You can ask Derek. You can ask Derek about it, but yeah, it's on repeat. And yeah, hopefully you guys can check that as well after this. All right. We myself and Claire has a lot of common. We have a lot of common, guys, because like I said, she is here in Ireland, originally from New York, and myself, I'm here in Ireland, originally from the Philippines. So I think that is something that we can really talk about and then expand more, guys, more to you guys, so that you'll have more idea of how it is being an expat here in Ireland. Okay. So, without any further ado, I'm actually gonna bring to you now our very special guest, my friend, Claire Hawkins.
Hello. Thank you, Jen, so much for having me and for the nicest introduction I've ever had.
Hi, Claire. Hello. How are you?
Oh, good. You cannot go wrong with a day like today. It's for those watching who don't live in Ireland, if the weather is nice, we're obligated to talk about it every other sentence. That's just how it works in Ireland.
I totally agree. But you know what? It's not only when it's good. Like, even though it's gloomy, everyone talks about the weather here. That's that's the truth.
Not small talk here. It's just talk. Like you have to mention the weather constantly.
That's right. That's right. Like, it's even at work. Like, it's funny because at work, you meet people in the pantry, and then you make this small talk. The weather is the first ever topic. Is that
Always,
also the same for you, Claire?
always, always.
It's
Like,
always, yeah.
friends, anybody.
Yeah, but then now, even though we're working from home, to be honest, it's still the first topic.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about the weather. And even though, like, you be talking to other people who's, let's say, in the US or in APMEA, they already know, so they will ask you anyway about the weather.
I always say if I'm talking to someone who's not in Ireland and they ask how the weather is, I just go, oh, it's Irish. The weather is
Yeah.
Irish.
They'll know straight away what that is, right? Okay, so yeah, anyways, Claire, maybe I've given you a little introduction there, but maybe you can also give something about yourself, let us know, how you ended up here in Ireland or that stuff. So
Absolutely. Yeah. I actually just last week posted a video on my channel explaining the whole story because I feel like when people ask, why did you come to Ireland? They expect a short answer like, oh, I came to study or I got a job over here. And my answer is really long. So I'll give the short version here. And if any of you watching want the whole full details, I do have a video on my channel. But the short of it is when I was finishing up university in New York, I had this record that I recorded and it was all about travel. And the song that was playing at the beginning is the title track, Foreign Voice, from that album. And so I knew I wanted to tour, I wanted to travel, and I wanted to like have this travel element really ingrained in the tour. I didn't just want to like hop from city to city every night. So I knew I wanted to be in Europe, but I didn't know which part. And I had this idea where I was going to tour hostels. And so I did that. And I basically ended up here in Ireland because I have family here. The music scene is incredible. And I could get a visa because I now have an EU passport, but I did not at the time. So that's kind of the short of how I ended up here. Was music is the short answer.
Oh, that is so nice. I think I mentioned this to you in our previous calls, but I am also a frustrated singer, we're gonna say, because you can sing even though it's not as good. Like, you have a really, really nice voice. Like, I've been playing your album on repeat, and I swear to God, guys, you need to check that on her YouTube as well. She also has a Spotify, right? Claire.
Anywhere you listen to music, you can find me on there.
Okay, so yeah, so thanks a lot for that. Like, for me, a lot of people are asking as well. But first of all, thanks for that shortened version. I'm quite sure there's a lot of things that happen in between, but like, I also get a lot of questions about it. Like, I've been asked multiple times about how I actually ended up here in Ireland, like, from the Philippines in Asia to Ireland, which is it's really far, and that not a lot of people know where Ireland is even. And not to mention, it is not Dublin, it is Tralee, which is in the southwest of Ireland, like 4 hours. It's like it's a province, you can say. But so the reason for it is that before I actually moved here, I was working in Malaysia for an oil and gas company, and then I noticed that a lot of my colleagues, they are moving to this another food and nutrition company, which is in Johor Bahru. So I'm like, this is interesting. A lot of people are going. This might be really, really good. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna check this online. So I went online, typed in the name of the company, and then so it looked really like interesting. It's a food and nutrition company. So I'm like, okay, let me check now the careers. I didn't go anywhere else. I didn't go LinkedIn. I didn't go to any website. I went straight up to the company's website and checked all the careers in there. And then, yeah, I saw this requisition for a financial accountant. Yeah, guys, I am an accountant, by the way. Yeah, so that's actually how I applied. It's online and direct to the company. And a lot of people are asking me how I did it. So it's that simple, really. Just go to the website and then look for the careers and then submit. And then, yeah, the rest is history. I am here now. And I actually mentioned it in one of my videos. Actually, that's my first video of how I got here. I said there that your friends are actually your best friends in terms of looking for a job, because if you're hearing a lot of things, good things about the company from them, then you kind of know already that maybe that's a good choice, kind of thing, right? So yeah, so that's the shortened version as well of how I got here. But how about you, Claire? Like you mentioned, it's the music. How is the music industry in Ireland at the moment? Like for people there who are wanting to maybe dreaming of going to other countries as well and be a musician like yourself.
Well, Ireland is really interesting because it's a great place to be a songwriter. And that's my background. Like, I feel like I was writing songs before I was singing. Like, that's always been part of what I love. And the great thing about Ireland is that people love lyrics here. Like, they really do love storytelling, song. And it's, if you go into a pub and you have live music, people are listening to what's being said, which is so special because, it's public. People are there to drink usually. And my experience in New York is like, if you have music in a bar, like, people are either there because like they know the person or they're there specifically for the music, or they're like not really paying attention. Whereas here, I feel like when you go to a pub, like, you're listening to the music.
Yeah. Oh yes, cool. Definitely. Yeah. Like, and you mean the live music, right? Like, oh my God, I miss that. I miss that a lot. How long has it been now? A year plus. We haven't been in a pub. Like,
I know it is, but
yeah. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Soon enough, we'll be all out there drinking. Mm, not really drinking, but just enjoying. I don't want to say, Mom, I'm not drinking a lot. I know you're there watching. I go there for social interaction, not really just, drinking. But all right. So anyways, guys, again, here's Claire. First of all, Claire, actually, thank you so much for accepting my invitation and going into this live stream. I told you it's the first time, so just expect some more some more hiccups maybe or something, but anyways, we're just conversing and trying to talk about moving here in Ireland, which we already did. So now I think we're gonna go to the next segment, which is the Irish stereotype. So guys, it's very, very normal for any place to have like the usual things that people think about these places, and Ireland is not different. So people will be saying things about the Ireland in general, or maybe the Irish people. So what we're gonna do, because we've been staying here, so for myself, I've been here for almost 3 years now, and Claire, she moved here since 2019, so we kind of already have experienced the Irish culture, so to speak. So now what we're gonna do is we have these little things here. Yeah. just just a truth or myth to say if the stereotypes or the phrases are actually true or not. All right, or not. All right, so now let's start.
Probably also that we're doing it based on my experience in Dublin.
Yeah, definitely.
So
oh yeah. these are all based on experiences. So personal experiences, to be clear. So yeah, we'll be answering it based on that. So hopefully we don't mean to offend anyone. And these are all in the internet anyways, like all these phrases are there, sentences. So we're just going to give our own take on it. All right. So now let's do it. Okay. So, oh my God, sorry. I'm looking for the first one. It takes a while. It takes a while to get used to it, but we'll get there. All right. So here is the first one. Ireland is always rainy, like always. So we kind of talked about this already a while ago about the weather. So we'll see now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's the truth. Okay, hold on. Wait for this. There's no cheer. Anyway, that's fine. But we're not gonna have any sound effect for this at this moment, but it's all right. So we both answered truth. Claire,
I feel a little
do the honors
right now, where I can see the blue sky. I think that Dublin is probably the least rainy part of the country, but it's still very rainy. So it's getting for me.
Yeah, well, for me, it is the truth as well, because it's not every day. Like you will have the probably 2 weeks of sunshine. That's it. It's not really the whole summer season, but probably 2 weeks of really good weather. But then you'll get some showers. It's not throughout the whole day, but then almost every day you will get some showers. So you just need to be ready about whatever weather it's gonna be for that day, right, Claire? I mentioned this. Yeah, except today as well, because it's really gorgeous outside. I actually have my friends at the moment texting me pictures of them in the beach. So maybe after this, I will, run to them and have fun, get some sunshine and top up my tan. So there, guys, it's actually one of the things that you also need to know before moving here in Ireland. I think, Claire, you also mentioned that in your video, right? That the weather in Ireland is something that you need to consider, because if you're really an outgoing person and once weather affects your mood, 100%, then it might be something that you need to consider first, because if it's raining, like there will be limited activities that you can do. Like for example, with me, I really can't imagine myself being, or I didn't imagine myself being very affected by the weather. Because back home in the Philippines, like it's always sunny, even in Malaysia. So it's very stable, and I don't care if it's sunny. I even hated it because it's too hot. But then when I got here, what happened was, oh, it's sunny. I feel really, really giddy. And then I put on my shoes, my clothes, and then I just go out. It's so nice. It's so nice if it's sunny. No, I'm not sure like how the weather is in New York. So maybe Claire, like how is it there? How is it back there?
See, New York gets everything. So we have an extreme summer and an extreme winter, which is the opposite of Ireland. Because Ireland has like one season that's slightly colder in winter and slightly warmer in summer, to me, from my
Yeah.
perspective. However, the big difference for me is that New York has, even if it's freezing cold, the sky is still blue and it's bright. That's not the case here.
Yeah,
Because you can
no.
have like a warm day, but the sky is completely full of clouds, and that is what affects my mood the most. So it's not the
Yeah.
temperature for me, but if the sky is blue, I'm in the best mood ever.
Yeah, same here. Same here. But then if it's gloomy, kind of like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed. Kind of thing. Yeah, just sit on the couch, put on the Netflix or something. But yeah, okay, so that is the first one. Maybe now let's move on to the next. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so the next one is Ireland is super green. Now, before we answer this, right, there's just a disclaimer. Green means like, the trees and the the fields, all that stuff. Yeah, because like, in the Philippines, I'm not sure as well now in New York, you tell me, Claire, but green might mean something else. Dirty minded kind of thing.
Oh, I don't know
Nasty. Oh no, really? Yeah, like in the Philippines when you say, "Oh, you're so green," it might be that you're kind of nasty.
interesting. No, I've
The
never
green, yeah. Like green jokes kind
get
of stuff.
other New Yorkers in the comments like, "What are you talking about, Claire? That's totally a thing here." But I've never heard of it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see there on the comments. But yeah, so again, guys, super green means the trees, the greeneries, the field. So now we're gonna answer it. 1, 2, 3. Aha! See, if I have the cheer there, I will be able to put it. I will go for it. Maybe I need to change that. Yeah. So again, Claire, do the honors. Your take on it.
It's either raining and gray, or you're benefiting from all that rain and the plants are fully green and it's beautiful. When the sun shines, it is just the most vibrant colors everywhere you look. So definitely true.
Yeah, it is definitely true. I totally agree with that. I have probably three videos showing you around like Tralee. I have one in Dublin as well. Then I have one in Dingles. Those are really, really nice places. So guys, if you can check that out, you will actually see that Ireland is not only super green, it's also super blue from the water around it, and also it is super clean. Like the streets, the roads are always clean. And like for me, coming from the Philippines, it's not as tidy. So that is really something new for me. And then I actually get people commenting and then telling me, oh, that the place looks really clean, that compared to where they are at the moment, it's very different. So yes, guys, it's green. If that is your thing, if you are a nature lover, then definitely Ireland is the place for you. Okay, that should have a cheer, but again, I don't have the cheer button for this segment. Okay, such a newbie again. But okay, anyways, that is the second one. Now we move on to the next, which is this. Ireland is full of sheep. Okay, so should we go 1, 2? Ah, this is the first one. That's good. This is the first one we're like, okay, what's happening?
The rest of the country is probably full of sheep. Dublin does not have sheep. The city center does not have sheep. I have not seen, but even when I've traveled outside of Dublin, I've seen a lot of cows. I've seen more cows than sheep, but I'm sure I'm wrong on this one. Like
Yeah. No, it's fine. You stick with your personal experience because you're living in Dublin, and yeah, it makes sense not to have the sheep or cow in there. But yeah, here in the countryside, we actually have it. And again, guys, this is the second time I'm gonna mention this. If you check my other video about Dingle, you're gonna see that we were actually stuck in a road with the sheep on them. So that's already a proof that there's sheep everywhere here in Ireland. And that's also not the first time that I filmed that. I have loads, but it just didn't happen to be in it didn't end up in that video. All right. So yeah, Ireland is definitely full of sheep. Okay. So now we move to this one. Ireland is full of potato lovers. Oh, okay. Let me think about it a little bit. All right. All right, I have an answer.
Me too.
1, 2, 3. Ah! Yay! Cheer! No doubt. I think this is, this is a given.
Yeah.
I really think so.
With potato as well. They're very versatile. French fries, or chips as they're called here.
Yes.
Where? Like, they're not wrong.
Yeah, totally. They're not wrong. I love potatoes as well, but not as much as I did before. If you get what I mean? Like, I'm kind of already in the Irish culture now that, oh my God, I love roast potatoes. I even asked Derek's Mom, how are you baking this? How are you roasting this? What are you putting on it? Because I really want to do my own. So yeah, it's already instilled to me, I think. But it's a very interesting one, Claire, that you mentioned there about the French fries, and then it's called chips in here, because that's something that really confused me at first.
You know what's weird as well? Someone was telling me that different kinds of French fries, like what I would call all of these different shapes of fried potatoes as French fries, sometimes here they're French fries, but if they're thick, they're chips. But if they're like I've had them refer to American fries here.
Oh my God.
Difference. I mean, I know it's a different fries, but
what? Yeah. Why does it need to be very complicated? It's French fries.
I'm confused.
Yeah. Don't confuse people. So here it's fries, or actually in the Philippines as well, they call it the fries. Mm-hmm. And then here they call it chips. And chips in the Philippines are the snack.
Crisps.
Kind of what they call here the crisps.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm already still, getting myself familiar with how they call it. Like if I say fries, the people that I'm friends with would know that I'm referring to the chips, but we need to probably remember it more often. Yeah. And again, another thing about the potatoes, right? It's not only the potato, but also the crisps, like the potatoes, right? Like, do you love potatoes?
I've had them, but like, I just like see them everywhere. Like everywhere you go.
Oh my God, yeah.
And my favorite thing about them though is the theme park, which I've It's the fact that the only amusement park in Ireland is dedicated to a potato is so funny.
That is true. I've seen that. Like at the back of the packet, you're gonna see there's what's it called? Tato Park, right? Well, unfortunately, I haven't been there, but we'll definitely check that one out when everything goes, and we'll let you know, guys, how it looks like. Hopefully it's not just a lot of potato rides or something. That will be funny. But I love that as well. Okay, so that's it for the fourth one, and let's go to the fifth. On a not very different topic. The fifth one, the food is disappointing. Okay, so Yeah, it's kind of shocking to me as well, but it's included on the list that I found online. So I'm like, okay, let's put it in there and let's see what Claire thinks. Let us get her on board. Yeah. So I think for this one, before we answer, I think what they meant is that disappointing in a way that maybe there's not a lot of choices kind of thing, because probably Irish are known for potatoes, like they love potatoes. So you obviously if you love something, you're always going to put it on your food. So that could be something why that could be the reason why they call it kind of disappointing, because there's not a lot of choices. So anyways, enough of the explanation. We need to answer this now. Okay, so ta-da, there, put it up. Oh my god. Mr. Truth. Okay, there you go.
What you were saying is very true. Like, if you're someone who likes variety, then you would be disappointed. However, like, the Irish cuisine is very good. It's just like one thing.
Yeah. No, totally agree. Well, for me, I'd say it's a myth because, yes, there might be a few choices, but then I really enjoy the food. Like, I enjoy the food here. And then if I want some variety, they are now introducing like a lot of different fusion food. But okay, that's not Irish. But then at least, if you want something new, you can go to the Asian store. Hello. The hello. I'm for sure gonna go and check the Asian restaurants here. We're actually lucky because we have probably four. You know how little Tralee is, but then we have four Asian shops. So
Growing a lot as well, just general like food from around the world is so, like, when I visited in 2017, I remember looking for burritos and being disappointed. Whereas now I know where to go for
where to
burritos.
go? Oh, I love burritos as well. We have that. We
But
have a restaurant.
I don't know if they were there when I last visited and I just didn't know where to go, but I have heard that there are more places now.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, oh, I love burritos as well. We have that in the Philippines. What's the name of the restaurant? I think it's Army Navy. So, yeah, I love that. I miss that as well. But I don't think we have burritos here in Tralee. I'm not sure. Don't
Yeah.
quote me on that. We might have. I just don't know where to get it. But
No, you can't.
yeah, but about food, Claire, is there like a specific type of food that you're really drawn to? Like, what's your favorite food?
In Ireland specifically or in general?
Yeah, like in general, food in general, yeah.
Burritos.
No way.
um, it does depend. You know what Ireland does very well is like an Irish curry is a very specific thing. Like, it's not the same as like Indian curries. Do you know, like, have you had curry chips?
Curry chips.
That's
I
like
don't think.
Irish,
Oh, do you mean the sauce?
yeah, like curry sauce.
Yeah.
It's really popular here, which was very surprising to me.
Yeah.
Wouldn't really think Ireland and curry, but it's kind of like its own kind of like Irish curry thing. Anyway, I love those.
Yeah, that's also the thing. Funny you mentioned that because the Derek also loves the curry, but usually I dip my fries with like ketchup or yeah, the ketchup or mayonnaise or something. But then they love curry for some reason, which is like you said, it's kind of yeah, that's very surprising because I wouldn't think of that, but apparently they love Indian food. So that is the reason
As
for
they
that.
should. It's delicious.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Now, where are we? I'm just looking for the next one. Sorry. Okay. So we go to the next. We move on to the next one now. There you go. This is spicy. Ireland is full of pubs. Okay. All right. So we say 1, 2, 3. Wow. Yes, so guys, it is the truth. It is unbeatable. Ireland is full of pubs from myself and Claire.
Someone actually told me that the rule in Dublin, anyway, I don't know if this is for the whole country. The rule is that I was asking them if like drinking outside is allowed because it is in other parts of Europe, but it's not in New York. And they were saying technically, now I might be wrong about this, so feel free to correct me in the comments, but technically you're allowed to drink outside, just not within 100 feet of or 100 meters of a pub. But the thing is, in Ireland, you're never 100 meters from a pub. There's always at least a pub, at least one pub within 100 meters from you. So by that, it's not legal to drink outside.
That is so funny. Although I haven't heard that, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that is true. Like I'm just working out in my head now. Okay, the pubs in the main road here in Tralee, and then there's another one the next street, and then there's another one on the next street. So that's actually true. Okay, so guys, that's it. If you love pubs, if you love going on pubs, then Ireland again is the best place for you. Oh, and by the way, right, I've been talking about this with my friends as well. Like we're kind of theorizing why there are a lot of pubs in Ireland. And then we're saying, oh, maybe you know what? Because of the weather. Maybe it all boils down to the weather because it's gloomy, it might be raining or the showers and all that stuff. So maybe people would need an indoor activity, to still be with friends and then, social interaction and all that stuff. And in the pubs, you can definitely do that. But I'm not sure. Me and my friends are just, theorizing about it. So anyone, please do put on the comments down below if you know exactly why there are a lot of pubs in Ireland. There might be some, specific reason for it. Let us know. We'll definitely love that. Okay, so we move to the next. The seventh one. We're on the seventh now. Okay. Again, not really completely different topic. Irish are all drunk. Okay, give me a few seconds to digest this one. Okay. Maybe, yeah, right now, maybe not. It depends on the situation.
Potentially.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, am I ready? Am I ready to answer this? I really don't know. Okay, one, 2, 3. Okay, wait, because I think we need to define what drunk means.
Yeah.
So in your answer, what does drunk means to you?
Well, I would just say that drinking culture here is definitely huge. Like I've had people ask like, oh, I'm coming to Dublin or I'm coming to Ireland. Like, what should I do? And to be fair, like I have some things that aren't pub recommendations, but I feel like most of my list is pub recommendations because there are so many good ones. And there's not a lot of like tourist sites or the ones that are like, when you look at the list of like tourist sites in Dublin, it's like the Guinness Storehouse, like that is drinking.
Yes.
Well.
Yes, I've been there. I've been there.
I would recommend it. However, I wouldn't say though that I think it's changing, maybe. Like, I don't know. I haven't been here quite long enough to be like, to really be an authority on the alcohol culture here. But I would say one thing that I find really interesting is that you see ads for alcohol-free beer. And I mean, I know that exists in the US, but it's like there are like billboards here, like Heineken 0.0, like it's really common. And any store you go into, like there's always alcohol-free beer, like a lot of different kinds of it. And I think that's less popular where I'm from anyway in the US, just because, or it's not as like highly advertised because drinking culture isn't quite so central to the culture here. Whereas like if you don't drink, it's like you still need to like be in the pub because that's where people go to socialize.
Yeah, exactly. Like some people I've talked to, they say that drinking alone at home, they don't find the fun in it. Like, they won't actually, so I'm gonna say that it's a myth because they don't drink at home just to get drunk. You
Yeah.
know, they go out to the pubs because they want to spend time with their friends, and you know, just chat basically, but with a beer on the side, and then probably some live music on on the other side, you know. Oh, that's super fun.
Music
I
is
really really miss it.
culture here as well, and that is tied to drinking culture. So it's not just beer.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. True. It's not just about the beer. It's like the experience. Like there's actually this one what do you call it? It's called Other Voices. It's a music festival that's held in Dingle. So I went there the two times that I was here in Ireland and it happened. So I went there and it's really really fun because all of the pubs, they're all happening in the pubs, or maybe some on the like open ground or something, but most of them are in the are in the pubs. So they bring a lot of different musicians, really, and then you're gonna just keep on hopping from pub to pub, and then you're gonna hear different types of music, and it's just so cool because there's one as well that there are like live dancing, and you know about the tap dancing from Ireland. So you know, I missed all those stuff. Oh, hopefully these are all gonna end now, and then we can all go in the pub again.
Yes.
But again, it's not just again, guys, it's not just about the alcohol. It's about the whole experience. And anyone who has been in Ireland definitely has tried any pub in here. Oh, by the way, you know, have you been to the Temple Bar?
I haven't been to like the bar called Temple Bar because like, everyone tells you to stay away because it's just, you know, like the tourist trap. So I definitely have gone out. There was one time actually when I went to a concert. This is when I was visiting. I didn't live here yet, but I went to a concert and we realized that all the pubs afterwards were closed and the only ones that were open were in Temple Bar. So I did have to pay like €9 for a pint of Guinness, which is crazy.
Yeah, that is a lot. Twice almost. That is almost a lot. Twice, is it? That could be twice for a pint of Guinness, because it's usually just what would it be, €4 or €5, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because I've been there, but only once. Because, like you said, it's kind of a tourist. It's a tourist attraction because if like celebrities go there every time, so it's like on their reputation that, oh, celebrities go here, and then so they can be a little bit higher or pricey. But yeah, I've been there just to try. But you know, any other pubs, like the local pubs are great fun as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like local pubs are so good. So you should actually, you know, I would recommend to even go to the local pubs instead of the kind of commercialized ones, right? Yeah. Have you have any like any funny experiences in in a pub or something?
I do funny reactions to my accent. So I kind of love that. Um, because I feel like because I have Irish family and you know I've been here long enough, and like American culture and Irish culture, like obviously there are many differences, but overall they're fairly similar.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I kind of like forget that I'm a foreigner sometimes. Just like going about my day, like I live in Ireland, and I'll have people be like, yeah, I had someone come up to me in a pub once, look at me and go, and he was joking, but he was like, "You don't belong here."
No way.
He was
Was
not,
he serious or just joking?
he was joking. He was joking. But
Oh, okay.
he was
Probably drunk.
yeah, he definitely was drunk. He was not sober. But he looked at me like, "You don't belong here." And I
Oh
went,
my god.
"That's not nice." And he was like, "You're American, aren't you?" And I went, but he just let me like. There is a mean version of that. That's not what he was doing. He was just trying to. I was like,
Yeah.
"Here."
Oh, I wouldn't really like take it seriously, I think, because they're like, you know, in general, I love Irish people. They're really, really like they're very hospitable as well. And yeah, like they're very friendly in a way that, you know, I remember just on the friendly side of things, like I was in the I went to the gym, and then okay, my gym has a sauna, and then everyone was there just sitting, and then there's two guys when I went in. So guys just talking really, really deeply. Like I thought I was just listening. I'm like, oh, these are like probably they knew each other for I don't know 10 years, 15 years, like they're childhood friends or something. And then the other guy left. Then I was like, okay, it's only the other guy and then me, so I probably need to start a conversation or something. Or if I remember correctly, I think he's the one who started a conversation, and he's like, oh hey, how are you, blah blah blah. And then I was like, oh good, just talk about the weather as well. And then at the end of the towards the end of the conversation, I'm like, oh, by the way, did you know him, the other guy, blah blah blah, how long have you been, how long have you known each other? And then he's like, just now.
I love that. That's one of my favorite things here.
It's like, yeah, it's just that very moment, but they're talking about families, they're talking about plans for the weekend even. So I'm like, wow, you can open up that much to someone you just met. It's just cool, like, especially I think before I wouldn't really think that it's a big deal, but now, like, this is the time that we should be talking to each other, and then just interacting with other people as well, just checking up on them, what's happening, etc. So yeah, but anyway, on the pubs, going back on the pubs, right? I asked you about that funny moment because I remember the first time that I ordered a pint of Guinness, right? And do you know how they pour it? Maybe other people won't know it as well, because like I think it's very specific to certain types of drinks. Like for Guinness, they need to kind of pour it 2 times, right? So the first half, probably not half, probably higher than half or more than half. They do that, and then they're gonna need to top it up another time for the other half.
2 minutes. And then
Yes. Yeah. So what happened is the guy put it on top of the table, and then I took it and drank it. And like I remember my friend telling me that, "Hey, what are you doing? It's not yet done." I'm like, I was so embarrassed because I didn't know that I actually needed to wait for the bartender to take it again and then pour the second half of the glass. So I'm like, "Oh my god, it's so embarrassing." But I learned from the lesson.
Maybe non-Irish people might be like surprised to hear this, but it's every pint of Guinness you would get, is poured that way. Like you don't just like pour it all in and then hand it to someone.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Accept that at the pub. You'd be like, that's not a Guinness. You didn't pour it right.
Yes, it is very specific. So you mentioned earlier about the Guinness storehouse. So I was there once and I learned how to. So guys, if you're gonna ever be in Dublin, you better visit it because they're gonna show you how it's made and also the real color of Guinness. So you'll see it. It looks like it's black, but okay, I'm not gonna say here because you need to go and check it, right? But it's not actually black, apparently, and you'll see it there. Sorry, Claire?
A very specific color.
Yes, it's a very specific color, so you need to visit and see how it's done as well. Like you can even get a certificate that you know already how to pour a pint of Guinness. I swear to God, a must see place. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now actually, we went to pubs. Actually, we're talking about the drunk one already, right?
That one, yeah.
Yeah, that one. Okay, so we're moving to the 8th now. Okay, so let's do it. Ooh, this is fun. Irish all have red hair. Or guys, for your information, this is also the ginger. Mm-hmm. Yeah? Okay. Let's see. I'll probably answer this one. Okay, 1, 2, ta-da! I'm gonna say truth, okay? But I'm gonna explain my side. All right. So, but do the honors, Claire.
Well, I will say that. So I have 6 second cousins. No, I have more than that. But some of my cousins here in Ireland. So my grandmother was born in Ireland. So her siblings' kids are all Irish. Is it all of them? I have a lot of cousins. Anyway.
That sounds like a big family and also a fun one.
Yeah, no, they're fantastic. One of them has red hair. None of the rest of them do. The rest of them have my color hair, more or less. So not going just off of my cousins. Also, just generally on the street, I don't see that many people with red hair. Or some, but I also see people with red hair in New York. So I don't think it's more in my experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's a larger percentage here.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. And I totally agree. Like, not everyone here in Ireland have red hairs, or they're not all ginger, what they call themselves. But yeah, it's not everyone. But I just want to say that it's true because I only know people. I only like all the people. The red-haired people that I know, it's all mixed up. All the red-haired people that I know are Irish. So I'm just gonna say it might be the other way around, because what we're saying is Irish are all red-haired, whereas what I'm saying is red-haired people are Irish. That could be another stereotype, actually. That could be another, argument. But yeah, like all of the red-haired people that I know are Irish. So, and I love, like, I actually dreamt maybe, like, well, not dreamt, but I'm thinking maybe I will try it, but probably wouldn't suit me.
Hey, you never know until you try.
That's true. That's true. That's true. So probably I will, or I probably download this app, because I think there's an app now that you can check like what type of color you want, and then see, oh, it looks good on me. Maybe I'm gonna try that and tell the salon. Okay, but yeah. Okay, so that one is interesting because we have some different views on it. But yeah, for the record, guys, not everyone in Ireland, or not all Irish people, have red hair, okay? Just, I want to be clear. Like, oh, by the way, no, guys, what was that? A trivia. Liam Neeson, because I really, really love Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson is Irish, and what's Doctor Strange? Doctor Strange is Irish, I think. Cumberbatch. What's his name? Stephen Cumberbatch. That is very difficult to say. But anyway, he's Irish, I think. So, yeah, let's just move on to the next. There you go. Oh, related to that, Irish accent is impossible to understand. This is also a juicy one. I don't know what to say. Okay, give me a few seconds. Okay. Now, you see, for sure, like, probably people that are saying, oh, you're the one who did this. You already have an answer in mind, But I'm like, now that we're here, like, live, I'm like, is that right? Is what I'm going to say right? So, yeah, I need some time to think. All right, so let's see.
I have my answer.
Okay, I'll answer as well. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Ah! It's very funny. Okay, do it. It's really good though.
I think, first of all, it depends what part of the country you're in, because a Dublin accent is a lot more neutral. And it even depends what part of Dublin you're in, because a South Dublin accent is very different from a North Dublin accent. And even within there's like multiple North Dublin accents and multiple.
Yes.
So anyway, it depends where you are, because other parts of the country it's much harder. I also think it depends on whether or not English is your first language, because
Makes sense. Yeah.
like sometimes I've been listening to someone and I'm just like, I love your accent, but I do not know what you said.
Yeah.
It's harder to understand, I think, if English weren't my first language.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I don't know how many times it happened to me. Like, I'm talking to someone and then I just got lost. I was just like already looking at just their mouth move, and then just in and out. It's just like music to me. But then at the end of the day, if you didn't understand it, just nod and smile.
You can't go wrong with a little. Like,
You can exactly. Like, you can't go wrong with that. If you didn't understand, then just say, "Oh, yeah," or laugh, or smile. That'll do. But yeah.
Then you might get in trouble.
Except if they're saying something bad, then that's definitely trouble. But anyway, I said it is the truth because, yeah, I think it's very difficult to understand. Okay, it's not impossible as what it's written there, as what is written in there. Hello, tongue. Can you talk? But yeah, like you said as well, if it's not your first language, and now Ireland is open, like it's very open, which is really good. It's open to to other countries, expatriates, and so there's a good mix of different nationalities in Ireland at the moment. So it might be like if you're coming from a country who's not really natively speaking in English, then it might be difficult for you. Like I know some people who come here, no English at all. So they're just learning. So can you imagine how difficult it is for them to understand the Irish language? The Irish accent, like, because like you said, like there's 32 counties here in Ireland, and all of them would have their different accent. And then like what Claire said, I totally agree. In one county there will be multiple, like a lot of other accent within that county. So yeah, it's very difficult. But then again, you know what's interesting is a lot of people now at work, when we go on the call, like work from home, right, virtually, and I say hello, they tell me that I'm already picking up the Kerry accent.
No way.
I'm not kidding. Like I wouldn't say it to anyone if it's like only one person who said that to me. But I think there's already like 7 people who told me that they can hear Irish accent, Kerry accent on how I speak. But I can't hear it. I don't know. I can't hear it. And I don't know if I will be happy or not, because like in my head, it's kind of difficult to understand. So I'm like, can't they understand me? Is that what they mean? Or, but yeah, I'll take it as it's good, because they're Irish people, and then they're hearing me as, I belong already kind of thing. So
And say you don't belong because you belong now.
yeah, they can't tell me that guy, that guy told you don't belong. You need to go back to him and then say, no, I belong here now.
Can't do the accent. But
I dream, or I wish that somehow in the future I'll be able to do the hard Kerry, or like the Irish accent, but it's very difficult. Can you do an impression?
no, I really
Yeah. I really really want to, but yeah, I can.
I'm also just bad at accents in general. Like I can't do. It's not even specific to me not being able to do an Irish accent. Like, I can't do any accent.
It's just yeah, no, myself as well. I'm not talented, or I'm not given the gift of the impressionism.
No, I leave
But
he does those in my family.
yeah, no, that's good. That's good. I also think that this thinking, or this impression about Ireland has come up because there's just a lot, well, probably not a lot, but there are a number of movies who are like trying to have an Irish accent or an Irish character in the movie, but then they're not actually Irish. So kind of the way they talk is not the real Irish accent at all. So
Like hire Irish actors to play Irish characters.
yeah, exactly right. Like, why can't they do that? Just cast someone who's Irish, and then it's natural.
There's
So
so many fantastic Irish actors. Like some of whom I have some friends who are Irish actors, but even just like I'm obsessed with the show Dairy Girls. I don't know if you've watched it.
no, I need to check that. I heard that though.
It is so good, and every person on that show is so funny.
No way.
So successful.
Really, is that an Irish series?
It is, yeah. It takes place in Derry in the north.
Oh, cool. I need to check that one. What I actually watched is, I'm not sure if you've seen IT Crowd.
Yes, I just
Oh
watched.
my God. Have you finished it?
I did, yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. Guys, to everyone who's listening now, or who's gonna check this later on, guys, watch IT Crowd. It's in Netflix. It's super funny. So it's set in the past. It's set in the past wherein, you know, there are no computers yet, not everyone knows about the internet. Yes. So it's super, super funny. You better watch that as well. Okay. So now we're down to the last stereotype in the list. So are we ready? Here we go. Irish people are best kissers. Now, don't ask me where I got this. Don't ask me. It's on the internet. It's there. It's not from me.
I've never heard this said before.
Crew. If only I have another sound effect. I'll be like the owl sound. But okay, let's see. This is the last one of the list. So, are we ready?
I think
You don't like you don't look like you're ready, Claire.
I'm not ready, but let's go anyway.
Okay, we're gonna do this. And by the way, anyone who's watching, guys, please do put in the comments below if you agree on this one, and even on we actually didn't ask it on the last 9 ones, but if you have your own take on all of these phrases and arguments, please do put them on the comment box below, and then we're gonna read it later. We're gonna check if we'll have the same take on things, so that will be really interesting to know. So especially for this one, any Irish people who's there, please do answer and let us know. But we'll have our answers, so we'll see. Are you ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. I knew it.
I don't know. I'm like, to be honest, maybe I need to go kiss more Irish people. Like,
Oh my god. Yeah, that is so funny. But that is true. Like, before you can actually confirm something, you need to have, an ample sample amount of something.
a pandemic, so I'm not exactly getting practice here.
Yeah, you can't meet people, which is so sad. But yeah, but anyways, you answered myth because you actually make a lot of sense. Like, you can't just say it's for everyone, and if you don't have any, like, a lot of experience, so to speak.
I haven't heard it said as like everyone always says Irish people, like
The best kissers.
But
Yeah, true.
So there's a lot to be said about Irish charm. Like,
Oh, yes.
charm is real.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Myself swooning over like
Oh, yeah. Oh.
mannerisms. I'm like, how? Oh, they're Irish.
No, that's true. Like, the guys and the girls, they, like, you look at them and you'll just be in awe because they're really, like, they're very, very charming.
They're charming. They're just cool and laid back and confident. So there's something.
Yeah. Everything you want in a person.
Yeah.
You see, I need to say all of these good things. I need to say it's the truth because my partner at the moment, he's Irish.
So it better be true then.
And for sure he is watching. So Derek, that is for you. Okay. I don't think I can say myth because otherwise we might have a discussion after this. But yeah, so guys, it's super, super fun, Claire. Like, this segment is totally super good. So I hope you enjoyed that one. And yeah, and I'm not sure now, because I can see all the comments coming in. We will be checking those later, guys, right? Because the second part of this stream is the Q&A session, wherein we're just going to answer some of your questions about Ireland, or, moving here, or even what we just talked about today at this very moment, and, just some clarifications even. So just put them on down below, and then gonna see it later. Okay, so guys, I mentioned earlier that my special guest here, I'm not sure actually, is it here or here? Maybe here. My special guest here she's a musician. So Claire, I'm not sure, but hopefully you can give us some performance or like, a sample of any song that you've written before, and then, just give our audience some entertainment.
Ew.
Oh, thanks so much. Oh, that's so lovely. Okay, so
Really.
what I'm gonna do is I'll just put in yourself. I'm not gonna be in there. So guys, this is for you. Let's give it up for Claire.
Conveniently placed guitar. I'm just gonna have to tune real quick because nobody wants to hear anything out of tune, right? So I do have one song that seems very appropriate for this because it is called Dublin. It is my Ireland song. So I thought I'd play that. Once we're in tune, that is. There we go. So this is called Dublin. I released it in November of 2019, and there's actually a music video for it, which I shot with my great friend Florence Bradish. So if you want to check out the music video, it's on my channel, or you can just search like Claire Dublin song, and I think it comes up. It should. Dublin, don't you look at me. I'm blinded by my apathy. Dublin, I can't stand to see Grafton Street, the vacancy. You've been around. I've been keeping count. It's only a little darker now as the lights go down. December in an Irish town. Who am I to be standing here, raising a glass to another year? And who am I to be hiding fear, unbalanced in the atmosphere? When you've been around, I've been keeping count. It's only a little darker now as the lights go down. December in an Irish town. Now 21 is a lesson I have lived, as memories follow where you go. And everyone who came before will tell you this: green is there beneath the snow. You've been around. I've been keeping count. It's only a little darker now as
if I can clap more and more and more. Again, let's do it. Let's do the clap again. Is it there?
Thank you so much. I haven't gone to perform in so long because of the pandemic, so this is so
Oh my
fun.
God. That is so amazing. I really, really love your voice. I hope I have them. To that extent. Like, I really love it. So are you the one who did you wrote the song?
I did, yeah. That was the
Oh
song that
boy,
I
that
wrote
is so cool.
about my first time spending Christmas in Ireland. And my birthday is also in December, so it was like turning 21 and Christmas and weird vibes and clearly
Yeah.
because I
That
moved.
is so good. Yeah, like I know because I love Taylor Swift as well, and she's also into lyrics. So I know that there's a lot of thought coming in, like the motivation as well. So yeah, like just to have that talent, like so jealous. That's it. That's an understatement, I'm so jealous. Like your voice, it's just perfect. So thank you so much for singing for us. And guys, everyone who's there, please do check Claire. She has a Spotify, Claire Hawkins. Please check her album. It's there. She also has a YouTube channel, and she posts the the music videos and the actual songs themselves. So please do check and subscribe to her channel, you guys, if you love that. All right, so Claire, again, thanks so much. And it's a very, very short notice, guys. If just for everyone's information as well, like I just got in touch with Claire probably, I don't know, middle of last week, to be
Yeah.
fair, and like it all happened so fast. And this is just, with just very little time for preparation, you were able to pull that out, So thanks so much. Thank you so much, Claire. And I hope you guys, everyone who's watching, you enjoyed that performance from Claire. And again, I'm just gonna rewind, go to her channel, and then subscribe to her for more nice music. Okay, so yeah, thanks so much, Claire. And again, I guess this is the time for our next segment. Actually, this is the last segment, so we only have two segments: the Irish stereotypes and then the Q&A. So let's see now. I saw some questions coming in from the chat, but maybe let's just answer the pre-prepared ones, because I've been asking the followers and then people from YouTube as well, just sending their questions about how they can move here and all that. We probably answered some of them earlier, like when we were explaining how we got here and how it is actually like living here. So let me just go to that. This one. There. Ask us anything. Okay, so I think, Claire, the main one will be about the COVID-19. So a lot of people now are asking about the COVID-19 situations here in Ireland, because now that a lot of places are opening up because of the vaccine being rolled out to different parts of the world, then I guess people now are, starting to look where to go or where to move. So then maybe like, how is Ireland at the moment? Like Dublin, probably for you. Like, how is it in Dublin at the moment?
I would say, so I really think that we're about to experience a lot of change in the COVID restrictions, because we've been in full lockdown. No shops are open except for essential stuff. Pubs are closed. In fact, pubs weren't even doing takeaway drinks until like, I don't know, maybe a month ago, a couple weeks ago. So we just had shops open on the 17th of May, I think it was. It was a Monday. I don't know. Whatever day it was.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Something like that. So you can now go, like, I was really excited. I got to go to a bookstore. 2021 celebrations. So that was nice. But pubs are opening June 7th, but only for outdoor seating, and you have to book a table. Like, it's not normal life here at all. So if you are planning to move here, hopefully we won't be ever back in a full lockdown, but don't expect like you'll be dancing at the pubs anytime soon, because we're still a ways away from that, and from live music as well, I think, unfortunately.
It's not it. Yeah. So you know what? It's also kind of same here in Tralee. Like the pubs are still closed, but they're open for takeaways. If they have like a kitchen, but then if they don't, then they're not allowed to be open. I think in terms of international travel, and I think that's what also they're very interested to know is that international travel at the moment, you will need to do quarantining, and that is mandatory from any part of the world, I think. And then that's a 14-day mandatory quarantining. And then I'm kind of familiar to it because there's someone in my office who just came back from South Africa, and that is essential because he needs to be here for work. So he needed to pay 1,875 euros for the quarantine, and that's mandatory because that is they need to stay in a certified hotel for quarantining. So it's very expensive, you know. So if you're just gonna,
But I'm not sure. Like I saw that some countries were being taken off the mandatory hotel quarantine list, but you guys really just have to Google, like make sure
yeah.
because it changes daily.
Yeah, that's true. Like just yesterday, I think I saw this article as well saying that international travel within the EU will be open, even though it's not essential, by mid-July. I think it's July 19th, but only for like if you're fully vaccinated, and that Ireland as well is very supportive of the passport, kind of the vaccine passport kind of thing, so that if you are from EU and then you are fully vaccinated, then you'll be able to travel here without the mandatory quarantining. If you are fully vaccinated and then you have the negative test. So those are the two ones, I think. So they're very, very important, and you need to consider that if you're gonna travel here, because it's not a small amount of money. Like it's a lot. So if you're just gonna go here as a tourist for traveling, then 1875 could have been, spent in a nicer hotel or activities and all that stuff. So guys, if it can wait, just wait until we're all back to normal, and that's the time to enjoy again. Like, there will be the right time for that. So that's it for the COVID-19 international travels for non-essential activities. But I think in terms of work, because a lot of people are also asking Claire about are companies still hiring even though it's the COVID season or there's COVID quarantine requirements, right? So I think to answer that, it will be the same for all countries. Like, moving one person to another location will definitely be a challenge at the moment because everyone is working from home. So why not just stay that way? And then it could be a challenge as well for that company to bring you from the other country to Ireland if there are still the restrictions. So yeah, but that's not but don't let that hinder you from doing your research about the country or start looking for jobs already. Check the online job sites or the company sites themselves, and then you'll see it anyway, like if they are hiring, and then apply. Like there's no harm in doing that. Like if in case they want you to be in the company, then for sure they will make an effort to bring you in here. So yeah, but to everyone who's in that process at the moment of looking for a job, good luck. And we're just really very, very excited for you, because you know what, Claire, a lot of people are actually texting me saying, oh, I'm planning to move in July or August or hopefully by the end of the year to Ireland. And I'm like, I'm very excited for them. Like Ireland is really a good country to live in, and them doing all that effort and those like the planning and even just the deciding that they want to be in Ireland is like, that's already a step closer to being here, so yeah.
Well, when you get to move to a new place and sort of like build a life over there for yourself, it's really cool, and it's such a privilege to have the option to do that. So
Yeah.
if you're making this move, I'm excited for you.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Like, would you also have friends from New York who's here in Dublin with you?
No, no, I actually moved over here. I joke. I only knew people who were biologically related to me, and then like I knew my cousins, but I didn't have any friends over here. I do have quite a few friends who have moved to other parts of Europe, like Paris or Berlin, or yeah.
Mm.
Only my friends, because those were the places where I studied abroad when I was in university. So my friends who I studied there with, some of them moved back.
Mm-hmm.
I do have quite a few friends who have done the like move to Europe thing, but no one else is in Ireland.
All right. See, it's not actually the first. It's not the first option,
Yeah.
or it's not the first choice that you're gonna do because it's very small, like compared to France. It's huge. It's there in the it's the Central Europe, you'd say. But you see, the only thing that I see why Ireland is very promising is that it is English speaking country. Like
Yeah.
if you try to look for a job in, let's say, in Germany, you need to learn the language before, like some companies will even consider you as an applicant because they require you to be speaking in German. And that requires time as well, like learning the language and then also paying for learning the language. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. But then if the country is English speaking, then if you are already speaking the language, then it's kind of easier.
And
So yeah.
as well, it's the only English speaking EU country.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, yeah, that's right. So like a lot of my friends are looking at it now, to be honest. They want to hopefully move here soon as well. So yeah. Actually another question would be the cost of living in Dublin. I get that a lot as well. So it's basically in Ireland, but I've done a video about this and it's very difficult to generalize like how much you're gonna spend in Ireland. It needs to be a specific place because it's really different. So, especially the rent.
Yeah. And the rent even, it really depends so like if you're talking about Dublin, it really depends what part of Dublin. Because Dublin's, it is the city, but it's the whole county. It's Dublin city is in
Yes.
Dublin County. So and there's even some people who commute to Dublin from, border counties. And yeah, it just really, it depends on so much. Like if you're looking for your own place versus if you're just looking for a room, if you're trying to be in the city center, what part of the city center versus, suburbs, north side, south
Yeah.
side. It's really just so hard to give any sort of generalization because like you can't generalize.
Yeah. Yeah, like there are a lot of attributes, but what you can do as well is there are a lot of sites, like for example, accommodation. Sure, you can always check the sites like for renting or any places that are for sale, but I don't think you'll be buying anyway if you're just moving. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, like you can check there, and it depends as well on the lifestyle of the person. Like for example, if you are really specific and say that I want to live alone, I don't want to share the house, so then you need to be ready to pay a premium, let's say, because you want to stay to live alone compared to sharing the place with your friends, let's say. So yeah, it all depends on that, but maybe just to say that Dublin is one of the most expensive cities in Europe. That's not a secret anyway. So yeah, just consider all those stuff. But I don't think that these companies, like the companies who are hiring people overseas, they definitely would have a very competitive offer for you, that you won't really be like left with no money at all. So yeah, it's definitely it's definitely there. You just need to try research and then Google more stuff, like if you want to go out, like food wise as well. So yeah, that kind of stuff. Oh, and then maybe we move on to the next question, which is it's probably for me, like everyone, guys, if you have any questions specifically for Claire, then just put it on the comment box, on the comment section below. Okay, but there's one person who asked me and specifically wanted me to answer this in this live, is that how to find, like, especially now, right? Because there's a pandemic, you can't really meet people physically. So they're kind of asking, what or how can they meet Filipino women? Well, maybe this way, on the other side, maybe you can also answer like how they can meet American people without using an app, because this person is not specifically happy, or he's not thrilled about using a dating app. So yeah, so that is the question. And I think it's very interesting. Not only that, but basically in general, like meeting people, it's kind of very difficult at the moment. So, you know, I think there is the app called Meetup. Well, at the moment, it's not really for meeting up people, but mostly like activities. Like if you have the same interest as other people, like let's say cycling, like a lot of people here in Ireland love cycling, they love running. So if that is the same interest that you have, you can always go to those types of apps and then see who are in there. And then maybe since, you know, you have the same interest, meet new people virtually for now. But then if you have the same interests, then that can lead to a spark kind of thing. You know, it's not just the dating apps that you can use, like I said, there's Meetup or any app really that builds community. So
Groups as
that's
well.
one.
Facebook groups are good.
Yes, Facebook groups. Yeah.
A lot of like expats. Like I think there's like an Americans in Dublin. I don't know if it's even that specific. There's only like an expats in Dublin group, and yeah, sometimes I've never been to one, but I do sometimes look at the posts because I'm kind of fascinated, like what everyone's
Yeah.
story is.
Yeah.
Like coffee meetups in Phoenix Park, which is like I've just seen posts about that. Just good when you're moving to a new place and you don't know anybody. Sign up,
Yeah.
like do activities, like go to dance classes, go to like
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
go to excursion. I don't know, go for a hike. Like, and the thing is, you want to go if you're moving to a new city. And this is not quite pandemic specific, but do activities like group activities, but don't do ones that are like don't do like a walking tour that is going to be mostly tourists because they're all going to leave. Like it's not great. Do it might be fun, but like you won't make friends that way.
Yeah.
I got really lucky that my first friend here in Ireland, I actually did meet him on a pub crawl. It was after one of my hostel shows on my tour. The hostel like gave me a ticket to the pub crawl, and I was like, sure, why not? And he and I became friends because we were the only two people that were living here, and everyone else was just like staying in the hostel and was just visiting. Whereas he and I were like, oh, he was studying and I was, I just moved here. So we were like, hey, you don't have friends? I don't have friends? Let's be friends. Which is all you need as a basis for a connection. You don't have friends, I don't have friends, let's be friends.
Yeah, let's be friends. That's true. That's really good. Like, it's super easy. And I find it always challenging, not challenging, but interesting to go somewhere and then meet new people and then try to converse as well, learn more about them. So yeah, guys, it's really the time. Well, it's not yet the time, but after the pandemic, it's the time for you to go out. But you know what, Claire? What I'm thinking is we don't even need to tell people to do it, because I think we've all been locked up for a very long time, that everyone is just gonna go out and then party once these are all done. So party. We're gonna be partying for sure.
Travel, live music and travel is what I'm.
Yes. Yeah. All right, Claire. So I think just down to our last question, right? So there's just people asking as well, like, would you be going back to New York anytime soon, or maybe after the pandemic? Where is the next destination?
That's honestly something I've been thinking a lot about recently. I don't know, but I am. The thing is, New York at the moment is doing much better because of the vaccine rollout there. So I have to say it is a bit tempting. I see live music events happening in New York and I'm like, so
yeah. Yeah, like if a lot of things are happening there now, probably they're faster, in terms of rolling out the vaccine. So I get it, like how you can be tempted to probably probably not move back, but maybe like visit or something.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping that, I mean, it won't be anytime soon, but I'm really waiting for when I can get back on tour. I want to go back and
Oh
travel.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, that would be great. Yeah, yeah. And would you have anything to promote, or like is there anything that's within the horizon at the moment?
Well, may or may not have something that I may or may not be announcing on Friday. So
Okay. Ooh, that is super spicy. Yeah. So
uh,
guys,
stay tuned to my Instagram or my YouTube or wherever. I'm on all the platforms. You know.
oh, that is so exciting, Claire. Congratulations to this may or may not happen thing. But but yeah, guys, just tune in to all of her socials to be updated, and then always check, so that's it, guys. I think that's all of the questions that I have. And again, Claire, thank you so much for your time, and we'll definitely see each other once these are all done. I'm definitely gonna give you a visit in Dublin. Can have some tea,
Yes.
not drink. Can have some tea. And likewise, like, if you're gonna be here in Kerry, in this side, in this part of Ireland, then definitely I'll be here anytime. So always anytime, really. All right, so guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed our time today. I'm not sure how long. Ooh, that is 1 hour and 37 minutes, Claire. Claire, thanks so much for your time. And as you know, like, it's very sunny out there, and you're here with me talking about Ireland and just really hanging out, chatting. So hopefully I'll talk to you soon, and I'll be watching out for that may or may not happen announcement. So, all right, guys. Thanks so much. We're just gonna bid goodbye. Bye, guys. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.